Hi everybody, welcome to another Evan Writes Cars video review. Today I'll be driving the 2016 Mazda CX-9. That's their full-size SUV. It's a three-row SUV, has room for 7 seats with a surprisingly large amount of room. If you go all the way to the very back, most average-sized adults will fit back there. I'll fit if I move the middle seat forward a little bit. And turn my head a little bit downwards, which is the closest I've come to fitting in the third row of anything that's not a Suburban, so it's not doing too badly for that. This SUV is a Mazda, so it's intended to be one of the more sporty SUVs, despite its large size. Despite its large size, it also has a surprisingly small engine. It's a 2.3 liter turbocharged 4. It's a variable geometry turbo. It makes 227 horsepower on regular 87 octane gas, and if you put 91 in, it'll make 250. I'm not sure if the one I'm driving has been filled with regular or premium, but it does accelerate quite well. I'm going to guess it's premium because it definitely feels closer to 250 horsepower than 227. It gets up and goes. It's pretty quick. Torque is 310 foot-pounds, no matter which fuel you put in it, which is a good, healthy number. That's probably part of the reason why it does as well as it does, gets along as well as it does. This does have an all-wheel drive system. Mazda's all-wheel drive system is designed primarily as a front-wheel drive system. The rear drive, in Mazda's own literature, it's there so you don't get stuck, but it's never it's not putting much power to the back. It's a lightweight, small system to the rear wheels that's designed to move just enough power to stop you from getting stuck, but it's a very lightweight system. It's front wheel drive based, which is intended for lightweight. It's intended for better fuel economy, and on those fronts it definitely delivers. This is the CX-9 signature, so it's very well equipped. It has adaptive everything, LED headlights, LED taillights, radar cruise control, Napa leather seats, perforated leather in this beautiful brown, rosewood trim inserts in the center console and on the doors. The navigation is hooked up with Mazda's current infotainment system, which I'm going to say is one of the best on the market right now. It's the easiest to use, I find. It's the most intuitive. It's the one I find most easy to use while I'm driving. While I don't want to be staring at the gauges, I don't want to be staring at buttons, I want to be driving. And this system lets you do that. This car does have Mazda's Skyactiv systems, so their Skyactiv automatic transmission, that I'm not sure if it's exactly the same as the one they use in their other models, but it does operate in the same way that it does in their other models, which is to say it's one of the best automatic transmissions on the market, best conventional automatics. It's quick to shift, it doesn't hunt. I go into quite a bit more detail in my Mazda 6 review, but this transmission just always is doing what you need it to do. It works well with the turbocharged engine. The sport mode will hold gears through corners. It's just there. It just does its job. It just doesn't get in the way. It's just really, really good. The ride in this SUV, the ride and the handling, it is a Mazda, so I would expect it to be one of the sportier choices in the class. You expect good handling. You expect nimbleness. Even if you can't put nimbleness into a vehicle this large, you expect it to be nimble for what it is, or nimble for its class. And I have to say that this SUV doesn't encourage you to go through corners. It doesn't encourage you to go for a drive. It goes around the corners quickly, but it never feels all that excited. If you hit any bumps, hard bumps in a turn, it sends quite a shock back all the way. You can feel it through the suspension, you can feel it through the chassis, and you can definitely feel it through the steering wheel. And really doesn't encourage you to go around corners quickly, especially if the pavement's not smooth, not perfect, which it rarely is where I drive. And again, that's someone isn't expecting, and it's unfortunate. Mileage in this, I'm averaging. I was doing more driving in the city, and in the city I was averaging pretty close to 12 liters per 100 kilometers. Now that I've been out of town a little more on the back roads, the average has dropped down to 11 liters per 100 kilometers, and I'll put an update on the bottom of the screen with my full week's average. Hopefully it improves from that, because that puts me, the city rating is 11.2, and for my total combined driving to be just barely lower than the city would be unusual. Usually I can beat the estimates by a fairly substantial amount. It's a very comfortable SUV. The seats are really good. There's 6 or 7 different, there's lots of different ways to adjust them. It's got adjustable lumbar. The leather is perforated in the front and the middle row. The perforated leather, Napa leather, is exclusive to the Signature model. If you have a lot of passengers, or if you have kids who are a little bit messy, you're probably going to want to skip the perforated leather, and you might want to stick with the GT model. The reason for that is that while leather is generally easy to wipe up, it's easy to clean stains, perforated leather lets everything get into the seat. It's really nice. It's much more comfortable on a hot day. It does breathe. You can definitely feel the difference. But if you don't want a seat full of spilled soda, it might not be the best choice for you. But that's pretty universal. It's nice that they give you the option. You can get the GT with regular leather, or you can get the Signature with premium. The heads-up display for the new model, the CX-9 is all new for 2016. They've actually gone from the green microwave dial head-up display to a new one that's full color. The speedometer shows up in white. You can add the tachometer to it, which will give you white and red. Cruise control shows up in green, actually. And the lane departure warnings are also colored to let you know which side you're departing from. It all looks much better than the little flip-up green screen that's on some of the older models. So to sum up the Mazda CX-9, it's a 3-row SUV that actually has room in all 3 rows. You can have passengers in all 3 rows. It has good power. It has good brakes. If you roll the window down, the noises from the turbo are wonderful to listen to. It is a little bit louder than some of the rest of the class. Tire noise and wind noise are noticeable, more noticeable than you would expect in something in this class. But that is that's the sacrifice you make for lighter weight, which Mazda does deliver on. They're always looking for lighter weight, because lighter weight handles better and gets better mileage without any of the more fancy trickery. Okay, thanks for watching. This has been an Evan Wrights Cars video review of the 2016 Mazda CX-9. If you like my reviews, feel free to click like or subscribe, or you can watch more of my videos at the links below. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.